Good afternoon, my people. Yes, sir. Welcome. For the newcomers, welcome. For the regulars, welcome back. Everybody, good afternoon. Yes, we welcome to the No Duck Zone podcast, baby. We are back to talk that boxing. Zab Judah versus Spinks. Just finished watching the second fight. I was able to watch them before, but I never glanced at the first one as much as I glanced at the second one. I got to watch both. Classic. Um, and we're gonna get into that. I want everybody to like, subscribe if you haven't already. If you're not following the channel, please follow it. You know, we're very simple over here for the people who don't know. Um, Come and check out what we do over here, the morning chop ups, the conversations we have. I guarantee you, you'll notice that it is different from what you are probably used to. Don't be fooled by it. There's no intro. There's no this. There's no soundboard. There's no this, no that. Don't worry about all that. Pay attention to all that. Just pay attention to the content and what's being said. And if you're looking for a place where you can come talk boxing without any disruptions and disrespect or criticism, I mean, somebody will put you in check if you talk. Um, but if you're looking for a place to come, this is it right here. All right. So make sure if you're not subscribed, even if you're not subscribed, at least like and share if that's not too much to ask. So we're gonna get into this boxing talk. So let's go ahead and get into it. So for my newcomers, my regulars, everyone, welcome to the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go. I also want to say everybody who was traveling this afternoon, I hope everybody has arrived to where they had to go safe and sound, and be of your surroundings. Corey Spinks versus Ab. Jesus Christ, man. Undisputed. You know, I always say oldies but goodies are exactly what they are. And this is why some of y'all will never understand what true boxing is, because you're so busy wrapped up in today. I love school fights because I don't. It brought a different feeling to your soul when you watch these guys. You new here, Jim? Well, welcome, Jim. Smash the like button and welcome. It brought a different feel back then, and that's why we call them today. We say oldies, but goodies. Um, and once again, when I go back to school fights, I do it for a reason because it brings some feel good. Um, at least it does. I can't speak for what it might do for the rest of y'all, but I know for me, it brings an overwhelming feeling for me because I think about what I was doing at the time when a lot of these fights were taking place. At the time, Zab Judah and Corey Spinks fought, I was probably about 23 in my prime. Appreciate you. So I was about 22, 23 when they first fought. I didn't know much about Corey Spinks until I found out who he was the son of. But Zab Judah was somebody I always followed. But me, I'm always about seeing a good fight. I'm always about seeing a good fight. And the first fight, which they were going blow for blow. And to see the difference between the first fight and the second one. What you notice in there is that some of the things that Zab didn't do in the first fight capitalized on the second fight, and what you didn't see Corey Spinks do in the second fight, he did in the first fight, and it's not to take anything away from him. I'm in. You said where am I at right now? I'm in my home. Where else would I be, Jim? I'm in my home. I'm in my lab. I'm in my studio. I'm not answering no questions right now. Let me get to what I'm doing right now. I don't like my show to be disrupted with questions right now. This is pertaining to what I'm talking about. And so I look at the difference and I go, okay. And that's not to take away from what Spence did in the second fight. And I ask myself and I go, wow, why was there never a trilogy? Why was there never a trilogy? What's up? What's up, Golly? What up? What up? Why was there never a trilogy? I don't have to go back to break down the fight because if you've seen Corey Spinks versus Ab Judah, if you listen, anybody that's new, not to the channel, but to the sport of boxing, if you haven't watched it already, you get caught up in the boxing you see today. For you to understand boxing today, do me a favor, y'all. I'm not telling y'all what to do. Please, everybody that's on here, if you're not in with old school boxing because you got so caught up in today's boxing, just do me a favor. Go to Corey Spinks versus Ab Judah. A lot of these throwback fights. If you are curious to know, oh Jim, you a girl? Okay, what's up, Queen? Peace. I don't know what you are because I don't see no face of you, so I can't tell you what you are. Carolina Perez, salute. Kimberly Barnes, salute. Salute, salute, salute. Appreciate y'all coming in. Smash that like button. Welcome. So if you don't know what's going on in the sport of boxing, or you seem to be a little caught up in what's going on today, it's okay for you to go back to the old school boxing to look up something. Don't let people use you or try to tell you. Yeah, that's your first. Billy Bonds, that's your first shout out. Well, you know, sometimes if you go to channels, depending on how you come in, I guess it's the love that you'll get back. I don't know what channels you've been to, but this is one of the realest channels, and that's no disrespect to nobody, but this is the channel where we show respect over here. We respect everybody. We don't make nobody because of their race. We don't make it fun of nobody because of their religion. We don't make it fun of nobody because of their sexuality. Only thing I ask on the channel is that we all just keep it respectful. A lot of channels are not respectful, and it's too much going on. So, but this is one of the most respectful channels. Most respectful channels you're gonna come to. Make fun of people. All we ask is for everybody to come over here. You go to a lot of YouTube channels, people will disrespect you. They call you all kind of names. They talk about your lips. They talk about your mama. They just talk about whatever. But over here on the No Doug Zone, we show respect. And as long as you guys keep coming back showing respect, I promise y'all, I will never disrespect y'all. Y'all will be all right. Yes, yes, getting to that. So if you go back and watch the Zab Judah and Corey, the first one, classic, even the second one's a classic. My question is, why wasn't, and I'm going to ask Zab this too. I wish I could have had him on here. Why was there never a trilogy? A trilogy, which we heard Don King and them say, yo, we could, don't know what happened. Maybe it wasn't no money in it. I think Zab in the, well, not in the second fight, he took 100,000 when Corey Spinks got 1.3. So maybe it was something where the money wasn't right. That's the only reason I could see of a trilogy not happen. Because a trilogy, right, you're not going to take the same money that you took the first time. You're not going to take the same money that you took the second time. And you damn sure not going to take the same money that you took the third time. So maybe when I get Zab, I'm going to get Zab up here one day. And maybe I could get Corey Spence. If I could get both of them or one of them. I've had Zab a couple times. I want to see if I can get Corey up here. And maybe he could explain his side of the story on why that never happened. But that was the first thing that come to my head. Breaking down the fight is not important to me because I just told you there was some things that I couldn't capitalize, or maybe it was some things he didn't do in the first fight that he was in the second one. The first fight went all 12 rounds. Yeah, first fight went 12 rounds. The second fight went 9 rounds. He stopped Corey in his hometown in St. Louis. That was crazy. Crazy. Yeah, you know, work on it. I think I might reach out to Corey. I should have did it, but the thing, I did this so fast that I didn't think to do it. Y'all know me already. For y'all know me, y'all know when Thursdays come, Throwback Thursday, talking boxing is always important to me. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to get better some interviews up here, so you guys can pretty much see what I'm about. But all you new ones that just came here, that just walked in today and said you subscribe, I want you guys to also be on every morning with me at 8 a.m. I want you guys to be up here at 8 a.m. with me because we do have something called the morning chop up. And I would like you guys to be up here to experience the morning chop up. The morning chop up is great. So I want you guys to. So when I look at it and I go, if we're going to understand boxing today, or if we don't understand it, and we need some of that oldies but goodies, go back. I tell you, I'll keep telling y'all this every day until y'all get it. Go back. Whether it's Muhammad Ali, Frazier, whether it's Tyson, Buster Douglas, go back. In fact, that's next Thursday. That's gonna be it. Tyson versus Buster Douglas. We're gonna get into that. Oh man, a shitload of problems with that one, but it's okay. But just go back in time. The punches that were thrown, I never counted what it was with Zab and Corey, but unbelievable. And every fighter, a great dance partner. We mentioned this so many times. I told you before that I love. Yeah, yeah. You know what, Miss? I love it too, and I'm going to continue doing it because it's also teaching people, and I'm learning from it. So the Throwback Thursdays is always going to be something. There's a lot of things happening this year, but when Thursday come, we're going to honor our legends. Salute to Corey Spinks, who's I think is a dope fighter. I think Corey Spinks is a dope fighter. Zab is definitely a dope. It's sad that we didn't get to see a trilogy because we don't know what'll happen in that. That probably would have been epic. But both of them were players to do great things. And, you know, that's what boxing is about. And I think maybe I might be spoiled sometimes when I come to the boxing today because I go, oh man, this ain't this, this ain't that. I'm caught on to back in the days sometime, and I know we got to move on from back in the days because what boxing was 25, 30 years ago, it is not going to be today. Oh, that. Trust me, I understand that. I just get caught up in my moments. Jeff Spark, brother, how you doing, man? Salute to you, man. I want to tell you, Jeff Spark, love you. I appreciate you. Miss Fields, I appreciate you. And everybody else that came in and left to me, I don't care if I know you or not. Love you. God bless and wish the best for our families. So I have this thing where I go, if something's not real, I can't pay attention to it. Because that's just the background I come from. Like, I didn't grow up boxing. I just happened to grow up watching boxing. I had an uncle who boxed. I had people like a box. I was just a kid who never got to be a part of it. I've learned. Yes, yes, but that's what we come here for. See, a lot of places that you go to are not teaching boxing. And I don't mean how to throw a punch. I mean how the sport of boxing goes. You walk in some places, and y'all be on some places, y'all be in some channels. It's too much of the bickering back and forth. Nobody's listening to anybody. Nobody's down. Nobody's saying this is what this means. And even if they're doing it, you have somebody in the chat who wants to challenge what they're saying. How could you do that when somebody's trying to explain something you. This is why over here we don't do that. I have a voice because this is my channel. That doesn't mean I get to bully y'all. Because without y'all, I don't have a goddamn channel. Without y'all subscribe to me, I wouldn't be on here every Friday. Y'all made that possible. Yes, I might be the one in charge of my channel. If it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't have a damn channel. Because if nobody's subscribed or listening to you, you got nothing. Yeah, CJ Rich. So I have to take my hat off and salute y'all for being able to come up here and rock with me afternoon. If I'm on Instagram, you guys are over there with me. I love y'all. I love y'all. And you guys are the reason why if No Doug Zone's successful, if it's ever a multi-million-dollar company, it ain't nowhere in hell you guys didn't make that possible. It's no way name that I could just blow up and then just say, yeah, I blew up because of me. Nobody's responsible. My subscribers didn't help me do shit. Can't do that. But back to this boxing. I just had a moment. So, but with the Corey Zab, and then I think about all the people who was in that weight class at that time. Mayweather, Ricky Hatton, believe De La Hoya. I don't know if Cotto was up there just yet. He might have been somewhere entering, or he might have been in the weight class down. Corral. There was so many throwback fighters at that time in that one weight class. Why no trilogy? I'm swear I'm gonna get Corey. I'm gonna get him a Zab. One of them gonna answer. I don't know who. Might be Zab before Corey, but I've asked Zab a lot of stuff, and I never got to ask him about a trilogy. But I'm gonna get him up there. If somebody else probably beat him to that question, if they haven't asked him already or they're thinking about it, it's okay. It's cool if they did. It's first come, first serve. But I appreciate you, Miss Fields, and everybody who appreciate what I do, especially with these Throwback Thursdays. And like I said, we're gonna do my time to Douglas. We're gonna do that. That'll be in the afternoon. That won't be in the morning. Because my getting ready to get busy. And every time I say that, it don't happen because something comes up. But I know for sure my mornings are busy. So a lot of the morning chop ups are not gonna stop. Somehow where I'm going in the morning, I'm probably gonna have to do it that way. So y'all just gonna have to bear with me. But any way you look at it, I'm always making my business to make sure that y'all hear from me. Sitting here watching both of the fights with my wife. She's sitting in there with me. And she's like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, that's Zab Judah. It's Corey Spinks. Two of the best at the time. There was no way that, that you can mention boxing, especially time, if you don't mention Corey Spinks or Zab Judah. And it probably would have been, their name probably would have been in the book for the greatest trilogy if the trilogy would have happened. Because I know for sure the trilogy would have been bananas. I don't want to mean biased when I say this, but I have Zab taking the second. I have Zab taking the trilogy. Of course you're from New York. It's not about that. It's not about that. I just taken the third trilogy. I had him taking the third fight. Remember the first fight, Corey got it. So that would have been interesting to see when it came back and got it. But they both, think about a year apart. They was in their prime, 26, 27 years old. They in their prime. Not like the 26-year-olds and 20-year-olds you see today where it's like, I don't want to find any ways to avoid each other. You know what? It's not hard to keep a sane channel. I think what the problem is, not saying anybody else on here, but in general, look at what everybody else do, and then we try to see how we can match their energy. When I do my lives, I'm not looking to see how I can match anybody's energy because I don't give a shit what anybody does, because what works for you might not work. What works for me might not work for you. So when I do it, I bring my own style to it. I bring my own flavor. I bring my own content. I'm not sitting around waiting for something to fall out the sky that might not be true so I could go post it up and make a big live. And I was the first one to come out with it. I move how I move on my channel because it works for me. I don't expect it to work for anybody else. And it's like you could teach somebody how to read, but how you teach them how to read might work for them, but it might not work for the person. There's different ways of breaking things down. Some people don't, how could I say it? Some people don't digest things the same. Some people, when they digest their food, they might digest it immediately. It might take some time, and then you're looking at them like, what's wrong with your stomach? Everybody just don't digest things the same. When we talk this boxing, people could digest things fast, and some people it takes them a while. Some people might not never digest it, and that's the ones who they want to go back and forth with you. But I always try to be fair, and that's all I want to be. I don't want to call no racist names on here. I don't want to be this. I don't want to be that, even though anyway, because there's just some people who's full of hate. And that's something I got to deal with. Not deal with, but this is something that just comes with what. All I like to do is get on here and talk about a sport that I got love for. I like to talk about a sport that, at one time during COVID, I didn't know what I was going to do. And boxing got me, it got me through. Boxing got me through, not just COVID, but it's still getting me now. Coach Hudson, what's going on? Hold on, brother. Stay right there. Boxing got me through, and it's still getting me through life. So when I have these throwback boxing talks, why are we talking about Zab Judah and Corey Spinks as if they just fought yesterday or they active? It's called giving these throwback fighters their flowers, especially while they're here. But I'm expecting some of y'all to know that because you're too busy caught on today's fighters. And that's cool. But don't think because you caught in today fighters, that makes you no boxing. So you could be a Tank Devin Haney Boots right fan all damn day. You're not going to convince me because you know those fighters. That makes you a boxing fan. You just know them. So if you ever think that at any time this guy's doing throwback Thursday, he's doing a throwback Thursday about guys that don't even exist no more, that's not in the game no more, he's weird. No, you're weird. You're weird. I can't get mad at a guy if he has throwback talks about basketball and he wants to talk about Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, Magic Johnson, Charles Barkley. How can I get mad at that? Dr. J, Clyde Drexler. How you gonna get mad at that? Who's don't play no more? But it ain't the point. I don't want to talk about Derek Strawberry or Derek or Sammy. So I don't want to talk about them guys. Babe Ruth. I don't want to. Doesn't make sense. We have to come to some type of solution to make all this stuff that we make sense. Because it's looking crazy out here. School basketball. Of course, I love old school basketball. I love it because before boxing, I was basketball. I'm not a fan of it too much today, but I played. I grew up playing basketball, played on teams, played for the girls club, done did it all. And basketball was my thing, especially the Knicks and the Bulls rivalries. But it comes to Throwback Thursday, I'm going to officially change that name. I got something better that I told y'all. I'm gonna change it from Throwback Thursday, and y'all gonna see what I'm doing with it. But it's still gonna be Thursday, but I got another name that I'm doing. But these conversations, there's nothing wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with them. Don't shy yourself away from history because you can't. You can't rewrite history and you can't change it. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. And you got you to disrespect it, man. I don't give a damn about these old fighters. I care less about them. I only care about what's going on today. But do you realize the guys you like at some point they're gonna be old fighters? And it's gonna be a generation that's going to come and tell you to your face, fuck me, fuck Ryan Garcia, Tank. These are these people are going to say, whether we like them or not. These are just the people that's going to come and say that. About them old heads. And now you like, whoa, 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 whoa. How old are you? So we have to remember while we downing the legends that came way before us, that some of us were probably either in our pampers or maybe born when these guys were going. We need to think about that because we can't teach about today if we don't go back. We can't shy away. I don't understand what's wrong. We can't shy away, ladies and gentlemen. We can't rewrite history and we can't change it. Zab Judah versus Corey Spinks. Go watch both of those fights. I wish there could have been a third one, but I'll take the two. Classic. Let me something. You think if Corey Spinks and Zab Judah was active today, somebody would be in a rush to fight them? Tell me, you know how many fights Zab lost? And Corey Spinks, he was all right, but he wasn't everything. And he let Zab beat him in his backyard. What are you talking about? Who says because you're in your backyard, you're going to win? I know people who in the hood that they've got their ass whipped in their own neighborhood from somebody came from another different neighborhood. What are you talking about? That lets me everything. That lets me know everything I need to know about y'all. That y'all know absolutely nothing, and you just be flapping your gums and running. Smash that like button, y'all. Let's get these likes up. I know it's more than 4 people in here. Let's get these likes all the way up to 10. Excuse me, not likes. You know what? The likes is good. The likes is at 9. I got 4 people watching. You know what? Disregard what I just said. Sorry, y'all. So, if anybody doesn't understand while I do it, or maybe he talks throwback Thursdays to try rules. Nope, because that's the last thing I'm worried about. It's the last thing I'm worried about. The views will be there. Rather if it's 30 views, 40 views, 60 views, I can say, hey, somebody's paying attention, and them 60 views are going. They can go to 100. I don't worry about that. Y'all be concerned with that, not me. I'm just concerned about talking about some real boxing. Of course, I like today's fighters. I love today's fighters. Well, some of them. But I also know what I grew up on watching and what became before my time. Because who I grew up watching opened the door. Excuse me. Who I grew up watching, somebody opened for them. And then they wouldn't open the doors for somebody. Just like your favorite fighter got to open the door somebody. Oh yeah, yeah, you in New York. We got to get up. We got to get up. We got to get up. You got to come to my. You probably got to come to my. When I do one of my events, pull up next year. It's gonna get cold. I'm not messing with New York this year. It's gonna be too cold. But yeah, Throwback Thursday. That's what it mean to me, man. And that's why I continue to do what I do. And it just warms my heart and makes me feel good when I can sit and I don't have to explain everything about the talking about, but I can sit there and just acknowledge that it was a great fight and what happened and why it wasn't a trilogy. Or I and be like, well, this guy really didn't win the fight, but this guy really did. If you really look at the Corey Spinks, is that it was great. What happened in both fights was supposed to happen. Not taking nothing away from either one of them. It was supposed to happen. And there's other fights out there like that right now that we want to see. Tim Tszyu and Sebastian Fedora, we was looking for it to be those type of fights where had Tim would have won, we would have been coming trilogy. Who knows if Lamont Roach and Tank would have got the second fight on, got on, or who knows how that would have turned out because the first one was a draw. Tank could have won the second one. Lamont could have won it, and then who knows if it had moved on to a trilogy. Who knows? Who knows? Right? That's the great thing about it. Y'all assume y'all know, but you don't know. You just don't know about what can happen in this sport. It's mind blowing because anything can happen that you are not prepared for mentally. That's the thing, mentally. So while we're running around here acting like we're managers and we know this and know that, and we have to just let everybody know we're just such big boxing fans. We just want the whole world to know. We want the whole world to know. But what when you just know half of the stuff? As if we don't have enough to learn more. That's what was missing. That's what's exactly missing. Because time, right? It's always time. You know, people have their opinions on the sport, opinions on the sport, whether it's past, present, or future. We all have our opinions. But one thing you can't deny is that it has took all of us as content creators, rather if some of us deserve to be on or not, it put us in this place, in this space where we have made ourselves responsible to be on here talking about it versus being out in the street doing something we got doing. So the sport can't be that horrible because they got you right there acknowledging it. If you're talking negative or not, you're acknowledging it. And I think people tend to miss that part, that I'm only sitting here a boxing. Because I hear a lot of y'all, man, I never saw myself doing this. I never wanted no PC in this. I didn't want no parts in it. This was too much of a headache. But then you got deeper into it. You got deeper into it. You start thinking about where you was when you first seen Mike Tyson, where you was when you seen Jones, where you was when you seen Pernell Whitaker, Hector Camacho, all these people. You start thinking George Foreman, Ali. You start thinking, right? And then you got somebody that goes, yeah, old head, but we don't care about them. We only care about Earl Spence versus Crawford. You go, whoa, who think opened the door for them? Think opened the door for them? Corey Spinks, Zab Judah. Who do you think opened the door for them? Who do you think opened the door for them? Just like Crawford and Spence opened the door for some guys that's coming in too. So did Tank, and so did Shakur. Everybody opens up the door for somebody. Work, in case y'all don't know. Everybody. Everybody eats. Sorry, I got the paint and fork boat in my head. But everybody opens somebody. So if you have not watched the Zab Judah versus Corey Spinks or any other of these throwback fights, check them out. Exactly. The older generation. Everybody opens the door for somebody. Everybody. But watch Corey Spinks versus Zab Judah. Watch 1 and 2. Both epic. It's crazy because in the first fight, I forgot what round it was. Zab Judah got knocked down. He didn't think it was a knockdown, but I kind of see it. I'm going to talk to Zab about it. That second fight, oh man, he caught Corey with something that Corey didn't see coming. Felt it, but he damn sure didn't see it coming. But it was classic. The fight was classic. It was epic. It is one that's going to go in the books. But to hear Zab Judah, be on, it was a beautiful, and I believe he was the last undisputed. Was he? I think so. I don't want to assume. I think he was. But that's the beautiful thing about boxing, going to watch so you can learn all these things. All right? Not going to be on here long, y'all. I can't rock out for an hour with y'all. I would like to stay here to 7:05, but not today. Not today. I can't do it. I need to move around. But I wanted to come up and just say that, hey, it doesn't hurt to check out a little old school boxing. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt. If you haven't seen Corey Spinks versus Zab 1 and 2, go watch, because to understand 2, you got 1. Don't try to do it backwards. Let me go watch the second fight, then the first one. No, you go watch the first one, then you got to go to the second one. It's like watching a movie. You can't watch a part 2 of a scary movie and then you don't understand what the hell going on and be like, stupid. Why did it end like that? Well, maybe if you watch the first one, you'll know why it ended like that. So go watch it. Corey Spinks, Zab Judah. All right. I love y'all. We'll be back tomorrow, of course, with the morning chop-ups. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll get into some boxing. I don't know who we'll get into it with, but we're gonna get into it with somebody because I gotta get up here, man. You know what I mean? Bust some moves. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Y'all know what it is. It's the No Doug Zone podcast. Let's go.